Hey, hello, hi, my name is Snutt, and if you haven't heard the news, Update 6 is now available on the experimental branch of the game. So yay us, good times will be had by all. So if you want to check out Update 6 and you're curious about what's in it, what are the cool things that we're making, please note that the experimental branch of the game is our testing branch, not testing branch really because it is public, but our experimental branch is our branch where we put the experimental builds of the game and before we push it into early access version, and it's something you have to opt into, so it's not part of the main branch of the game. Be wary that this version of the game is a bit more buggy. You know, we just released it this week. Yeah, be careful. Be careful where you go. So if you want to get access to the experimental branch of the game, all you need to do is on Steam, you right-click the game, you hit Properties, you go to the Betas tab, and then there's a drop-down list. You can opt into experimental, click it there, and that will reinstall the game for you. And on the Epic's Games Launcher, it should just be its own game in the games list. So, and that will install the game along with the installation you have of the regular game. So good times, good times. Please note that if you are going to opt into experimental, there's one very important thing you need to do before you do this, and that is to back up your damn save files.
Back up your damn save files.
Because of a couple of reasons. First of all, it's because of Cloud Sync. Cloud Sync is not to be 100% trusted, both on Steam and Epic. I've talked to many people that have just had Cloud Sync just completely either wipe their save directory or something else happening or some confusing message popping up like, hey, do you want a Cloud Sync? And then people accidentally overwrite their save directory. In many cases where people reached out to me losing their save files, it's something related to Cloud Sync. And it's not something we can do anything about. All the save files that you have are placed locally on your hard drive, so there's no way for us to access them, so you can't reach out to us, anything like that, if you lose your save file. And it absolutely sucks for many reasons. I've been in that situation too, where I've lost my save file for other games, and it's a horrible feeling. So please make sure to back up your save files. Actually, kind of regardless in one way. If you have a huge save file, you have 300 hours of gameplay, please make sure to back up your save files. Please, for your own sake. The other reason is because of you cannot load any save files that you've saved in experimental in EA. So if you do opt into experimental, you try it out and you're like, it's not for me, you will not be able to load that save file in the early access branch. You cannot load a save file that is created in a newer version of the game, essentially. You can load save files made in older versions, but you can't load them in newer versions, essentially. So that's the other reason why it's really important to back up your save files before you try out experimental. So the next hard pressing question a lot of people have is okay, so it's out on experimental. When's update 7? No, well, people ask that too because they're assholes, but that's not what I actually wanted to say. No, but the people ask when it's going to be out on EA, and the answer to that question is we have no idea. Well, we have some idea, but we actually don't know, because for a couple of reasons. Update 6 is first and foremost not feature complete, so there's still a couple of things that we want to work on for update 6, and we don't know exactly how long that will take. We usually do a round where we do a bunch of patches and bug fixes to the game, and then we're in that phase period, and then we move it over to early access. But this time around, we haven't finished everything with update 6. Essentially, there's still a bunch of stuff that we want to tweak and fix with update 6, and we won't be able to do that in a short amount of time this time around, because what I just said isn't feature complete. The other thing is that we have vacation period coming up in Sweden. So in Sweden, it's kind of common that around July, August, everybody goes on vacation. We have laws that essentially means that you're entitled to 25 days of annual leave in a complete, what's the word? In one go if you want to. But it's not because of the law that we're saying everyone has to go on vacation. We want people to go on vacation, essentially. I think people at Coffee Stain are entitled to some vacation time. And it just so happens that vacation period is around July, August. We've postponed updates because of this. If we can't release an update ahead of vacation period, then we won't do it essentially. But this time around, we felt like we kind of want to get it out of the way, because otherwise we'll just keep stalling and then the game will never be finished essentially. So this time around, we just said, okay, whatever, we'll release an experimental. We're gonna patch it and make it as stable as we possibly can before we go on vacation leave. So like even on experimental, maybe it'll be good enough. But yeah, just know if you want to play on a stable version of update 6, it probably won't be until later, for a couple of months before you can actually see it on the early access branch of the game, unfortunately. So what happens now, you may ask? Well, person on the internet watching this YouTube video, I'm glad you asked, because I'm about to explain that to you. So we are currently working on fixing bugs and fixing issues. If you have played on the experimental branch, you may or may not know that there's a couple of bugs in the game right now. And we kind of knew that when we were going into this, because we are kind of releasing the update a little bit earlier than we usually do. When we're working on these things. But yeah, we're working on bug fixes. Our first and foremost priority is to fix crashes that people are having. If you are having issues with the game where the game is crashing or anything like that, the only thing you really need to do is to hit the like send crash report button thingy, and we will be notified of like all the major crashes that are happening, and then we'll go through like prioritize like, okay, which one is happening the most? It's this one, and then we'll fix that and go through those. If you are playing with mods, please note that a lot of mods seem to cause crashes, and there's nothing we can do about that. So the only thing that you can, if you have mods installed, is to like try and uninstall the mods and see if you're still getting the crash. And if you do get the crash, then hit that button and then we'll be notified. And check in with the mod creators if they're aware of any crash related issues and see if they can fix it. But yeah, like if you're running into crashes with and you have mods installed, it's probably because of mods, honestly. Apart from the crash issues that people are running into, we're also looking into fixing the major bug issues that people are running into. I'm kind of hesitant to like tell you what we're working on right now, because at the point where this video is coming out, we probably already have fixed a bunch of this stuff. So I'm not quite sure when this video comes out, you know, what's happened. But we are looking into a bunch of stuff. I just want to mention quickly that it appears that dedicated servers seems to have been the ones that are taking the biggest hit in this update. So when you're reporting issues, please specify if you're running into any issues on dedicated servers, or if this is a single player or multiplayer session or whatever. If you're playing a client or host, yada yada yada, etc. etc. Like, give us as much information you can really when you're bug reporting, because the more information you can give us, the faster we can fix them essentially. So please be as detailed as possible. But I just, yeah, quickly say that like if you're playing on dedicated servers, it appears that they're a little bit more buggy than the regular version, essentially. So just be aware of that. And on the topic of bug reporting, right, the very, very best way to notify us of any issues with the game is to go to our QA site, questions.satisfactorygame.com, and please let us know there. Like, this is the place you want to do this on, right? Please check if somebody's already reported an issue that you encountered, and if they have, just hit that upvote button to let us know like how many people are running into this issue. We read almost every post that is posted there. We are not able to like respond to everyone because there's so many posts on that site, but we do read almost all of it, and if not all of it. So please post the stuff there. I mean, it's fine if you want to discuss bugs or stuff like that on our Discord and on our Steam like forums, like whatever, be our guest. But the question site really is the best place to report issues, because that way the whole team can look into it. Like, DMing me about issues or any feedback you have of the game is not the way to go, because I will forget it the second I close that DM. It really is the question site so that the entire team can look into it. So please QA site. Good stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Kind of short and sweet. Just wanted to get some information out there. You know, always good to get some information out there. You know. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you have fun with the game. I hope you're excited for the changes we made in Update 6. And hopefully you're not running into too many issues. You know, we're doing our best here, okay? At any rate, this is me signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Woo!